Hello and welcome. I'm Luana, and this month at Little Sister Chalks, we're doing stencil and stitch your style. So we've done bottoms and we've done outerwear, and today is tops, shirts. So I've got a cute, colorful tank top, and I've got a pretty bloom. I'm going to stencil this on in white, so this will be really quick. And then I'm going to let it dry overnight, and then I will stitch it. And I'm not quite sure what colors I'm going to use yet to embroider, but I will do that, and I will try to take some video this time so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use simple stitches because that's what I do, simple projects, and we'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing, and that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to start with, that's the back, placing my ink mat under where I'm going to stencil. And this is to protect the shirt or the item that you're stenciling on. And I'm going to put it kind of like up in this, let's see, corner, but up here by the, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to put it up here by the sleeve. How about that? So this protects the other side of your shirt, or if you're doing a pillow, you know, something that's got an inside to it, you know, a front and a back. It will protect the other side from getting ink on it. And then it's also very helpful for keeping your fabric flat and even, no wrinkles. And it helps when you're lifting up. Now this is a very small stencil, so it probably won't make that big of a difference, but when you're lifting up a stencil, it'll hold the piece of clothing or your fabric item down for you, so you don't have to use another hand. Sometimes it's, if they're bigger stencils, that's a little bit of a problem. All right. Then I'm going to take our stencil off the backer, and because we're working on fabric, we don't need to fuzz. It'll be kind of fuzzed as we're working, and so it won't stick too hard to fabric. What do we think? Like right about there? I like it up further. I'm going to do right here. Okay, and this is, because it's got the back, that was the back of the sleeve, not sleeve, but the arm part was making this not lay flat. And this is not very sticky, is it? So it's not very sticky. Give me just a second. I'm going to grab a Clorox wipe. Actually, it's Lysol. Lysol, Clorox, those will work. Do not use baby wipe because that has oil in it and it will ruin your stencil. But if you use, oh wow, that smells very strong. Ooh. If you use a Clorox wipe or the Lysol wipe and just wipe the back where it has the adhesive and let it dry, it should bring some stickiness back and it will not hurt your stencil. Wow, I usually use Clorox, and man, this Lysol's strong. Woo. Okay, that looks better to me. Let's try again. Feels a little stickier. It's still not super sticky, but I feel like it's adhering better, so I'm just going to go with it. And I'm going to make sure there's nothing, this side really isn't sticking well, but I will try to be careful. And since I'm stitching, I guess it's probably okay. I just don't want any bleeds. And if it doesn't stick real well, or if you have bubbles in the silk screen, you'll get bleeds. The other thing I'm going to do is work from the inside out. So maybe that'll help us keep the stencil down a little bit, and I'm going to use gentle strokes. And I'm going to start up in this corner. That's the one that's got me worried the most. And I'm just gonna use soft, gentle strokes. I'm gonna work from the inside out. And I'm gonna try not to go like different directions, because sometimes that will also cause a little bit of a bleed. Like I said, I am going to stitch this, so it's probably not all that detrimental. And I just got ink up there, and I'm going to try to get that off with the Lysol wipe quickly. I don't know if that'll work. I have heard alcohol works. That's the other thing, because I'm using such a small stencil. Be careful. Don't be like me. Go slow. Watch where your squeegee is going. And I'm just going to make sure it's all covered, and I'm going to just lift now because I don't want to ruin it. Yeah, that did not bleed. That's actually pretty okay. Let's see if this will work to get that little bit of ink off. There. I had a boo-boo. And hey, I think that worked okay. Yeah, I've heard rubbing alcohol works, so I could have tried to grab that. My husband's got it over on his work desk over there. He's got 3D printers and fun things over there. Alright, I'm going to let that dry. I guess I need to throw that away. And now that I've got it, you can actually also clean your stencils with the Clorox wipe. So I'm just going to do that. And try not to get any more ink on my t-shirt or my tank top. I usually take my stencils to the sink and clean them, but actually that worked quite well. It's small, and I'll just do the other side. I may still take it over and rinse it. The most important part to get clean is the silk screen. Actually, it looks pretty clean. And then you dry it sticky side up. I usually let it air dry. So that's it. That's our project. For now, step one, I guess. So there is how it looks on the shirt. Boy, that's really hard to show you down here. That's how it looks on the shirt right now. Like I said, I'm going to let it dry overnight. I'm going to heat set it first, and then I am going to stitch it. So stay tuned. Hopefully I can do another video on the stitching part of it, at least some of it, so you could see, and then we'll look at the finished product. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.